Let's get straight to the point. No one should have the power to make you feel small, not through their words, actions, or even a dismissive glance. Yet it's something we all experience at some point. People will test your boundaries, disregard your feelings, and sometimes blatantly disrespect you. Today, we'll dive into some clear-cut, perhaps even bold strategies to handle these situations without losing your composure or dignity. If you're tired of feeling like others have the upper hand when they show disrespect, you're in the right place. The first strategy is what I call the silent stare. It sounds deceptively simple, but don't underestimate its power. This approach aligns with a key Stoic principle: mastering your emotions and controlling your reactions. When someone disrespects you, your first instinct might be to react, to defend yourself or call them out. However, reacting impulsively often plays into their hands. They may want to provoke you, throw you off balance, or diminish you. Instead of responding with words, try holding a calm, steady gaze. The silent stare shifts the power dynamic entirely. Imagine someone making a rude or demeaning comment, expecting you to lash out or become flustered. Instead, I said, you meet their gaze with a composed, unwavering look, showing them that their words hold no sway over you. This silent, confident reaction often unsettles people. They're waiting for engagement, and when you refuse, they're left to reflect on their own behavior. The Stoics believe that true strength lies in remaining unaffected by others' actions, and this technique beautifully embodies that principle. Here's an example from my own life to illustrate its impact. I once attended a meeting where a colleague repeatedly interrupted me. You know the type, overconfident, talking over others, and making it clear he thought his opinions mattered most. Initially, I tried the usual approaches, polite interjections and waiting my turn, but he kept cutting me off. Instead of escalating the situation, I opted for the silent stare. I leaned back slightly, crossed my arms, and met his gaze without saying a word, letting the silence linger. Within seconds, the dynamic shifted. He began stumbling over his words, looking around the room for validation, but everyone's attention was on him. He grew visibly uncomfortable, realizing he was dominating the conversation. That moment sent a powerful, unspoken message. I see what you're doing, and I'm not impressed. After that meeting, his behavior toward me changed. He stopped interrupting me and started showing more respect. That single moment set the tone for our future interactions. What's remarkable about the silent stare is how effortless yet effective it is. There's no need for words, conflict, or drama. It's a calm, dignified way to assert yourself and reclaim control. Stoicism teaches us that we don't have to play by others' rules or give in to provocation. By choosing silence and standing firm, we set our own terms. So the next time someone tries to get under your skin, remember the silent stare. It's a way of saying, without uttering a word, I respect myself too much to stoop to this level. Let's explore another powerful Stoic principle: using silence as a statement. In a society where we're often encouraged to stand up for ourselves by speaking out, silence might seem like an odd response. But when used deliberately, silence is anything but passive. It's one of the most active and intentional choices you can make. In Stoicism, silence is a way to protect your inner peace and conserve your energy, steering clear of conflicts that drain you or disrupt your calm. When someone disrespects us, the instinct to defend ourselves, correct them, or prove our worth is natural. However, responding often gives the other person exactly what they want: our energy and attention. By choosing silence, we send a clear, powerful message that their negativity isn't worth even a moment of our time or energy. This isn't about weakness or submission. On the contrary, silence demonstrates strength. It shows that your self-worth doesn't need defending and that you're grounded enough to rise above petty remarks. You're sending a message, both to yourself and others, that you value your peace more than engaging in unnecessary conflict. Silence is particularly effective against passive-aggressive behavior. For example, I once dealt with someone who frequently made backhanded comments disguised as jokes. Instead of snapping back or explaining myself, I let the comments hang in the air. I met them with a calm, neutral expression and said nothing. The silence was striking. It amplified their words, forcing them to confront their own behavior without any interference from me. This kind of response makes people uncomfortable in a way that a direct reaction often doesn't. Without your engagement, they're left to sit with the weight of their own words, as though holding up a mirror to their actions. Over time, this approach discourages further disrespect, as they realize they won't get the reaction they're seeking. Silence also reinforces self-respect. By refusing to engage, you're affirming to yourself, I don't need validation or approval from this person, and I won't lower myself to their level. It's a powerful reminder that your sense of worth comes from within, not from anyone else's opinion. Silence in this sense becomes a shield, preserving your peace and maintaining control over the situation. The more you practice silence in these moments, the stronger your foundation of self-respect becomes. So when faced with negativity or passive-aggressive remarks, remember that silence is a choice, and a powerful one. You're not ignoring the situation, you're rising above it. You're declaring that your peace, time, and energy are too valuable to waste on unnecessary arguments or defenses. That's a message worth sending, to others and to yourself. Another key Stoic approach is breaking free from the need to explain your decisions. This can be a tough habit to break because, let's face it, we all want to be understood. When others question our choices, it's tempting to launch into detailed explanations, as if we need to justify ourselves. But here's what Stoicism teaches. You don't owe anyone an explanation for the path you've chosen. Your decisions are yours alone. Constantly justifying them not only disturbs your peace, but also grants others too much influence over your life. Stoicism encourages confidence in your choices, grounded in the knowledge that they align with your values, even if others don't agree or understand. Think about how often you've made a personal decision only to be bombarded with questions like, why? Or are you sure? Why did you leave that job? Why are you pursuing this career? We often feel the need to explain our choices, whether it's about a career change, skipping an event, or any personal decision. It feels like others' understanding validates our actions, but in truth it doesn't. The more we explain, the more we reinforce the idea that our decisions require approval. This can undermine our confidence and lead to second-guessing choices we were once sure about. I remember a major career shift I made. It was a decision driven by passion but filled with uncertainty. People questioned it, some out of genuine concern. At first, I explained myself endlessly, detailing my plans and the reasoning behind my choice. Yet no matter how thorough my explanations were, the questions persisted. It became exhausting, like I was justifying my happiness and dreams over and over. Then I made a change. Instead of lengthy explanations, I started saying simply, it was the right choice for me. At first, it felt strange, but it was incredibly freeing. People accepted the statement and moved on. The questions diminished. I realized that by not over-explaining, I was affirming my belief in my decision. By keeping our responses simple, we declare confidence in our choices. We tell ourselves and others that our values, goals, and happiness are valid simply because they matter to us. This approach fosters self-respect and reminds us that we don't need others' approval to make our choices right. So the next time someone questions a decision, respond with confidence. A calm, simple reply like, "It felt right for me," can end the conversation and keep you grounded. People who respect you won't need lengthy explanations, and those who don't won't be satisfied no matter what you say. Your decisions are yours to make and don't require justification. They're valid because they align with your values and goals. A core tenet of Stoicism is focusing on what we can control, including who we allow in our lives. Maintaining peace often means creating distance from those who consistently disrespect us. This isn't about hostility or holding grudges. It's about self-care and setting boundaries. If someone's behavior drains you, disregards your boundaries, or constantly brings negativity, it's reasonable to step back. Society often tells us to forgive endlessly and keep everyone close. But at what cost? Relationships should enrich our lives, not deplete them. I once had a friend who was consistently negative. Her criticism and complaints left me anxious and drained. For a while, I excused it as just her personality. But eventually, I started limiting our interactions, meeting less often and reducing contact. The change was transformative. I had more energy for supportive relationships and felt lighter and happier. Creating distance doesn't have to be dramatic or harsh. It's a way to protect your peace and reflect on whether a relationship is truly healthy. Sometimes distance reveals that certain connections are based more on habit or guilt than genuine mutual respect. You're not obligated to keep everyone close. The people who truly care for you will respect your boundaries, and those who don't were never meant to be that close. When faced with disrespect, our body language often mirrors our emotions. We might hunch, avoid eye contact, or shrink back, but imagine doing the opposite, standing tall, keeping your head up, and meeting someone's gaze directly. This simple act sends a clear, powerful message. I am confident in my worth. It's a physical embodiment of Stoic strength. True confidence doesn't need to be loud or aggressive. It's steady and unshaken. In professional or social settings, this approach can shift dynamics. I've experienced moments where someone tried to dismiss my points, and instead of reacting defensively, I maintained strong posture, clear speech, and eye contact. The energy in the room shifted. People notice this presence. It commands respect without demanding it. What's fascinating is how this calm confidence often disarms those trying to provoke you. They're seeking a reaction, but when you remain composed, it undermines their attempts. Your composure reflects your inner strength. Stand tall and stay grounded. It's one of the most effective ways to assert your worth and maintain your peace. Standing tall is more than good posture. It's a quiet yet powerful way to show that someone else's behavior has no control over you. It's a statement of self-respect and self-worth, a reminder to yourself that you don't need to stoop to negativity or lower your standards. By holding yourself with poise, you convey confidence, integrity, and an unshaken sense of who you are. When you walk into a room with your head high, you're embracing your presence fully and unapologetically. This approach isn't limited to moments of conflict. It's a way to live. The more you practice standing tall, the more natural it becomes, integrating seamlessly into your everyday demeanor. In Stoic philosophy, maintaining composure means recognizing that external circumstances don't dictate your inner state. By standing firm, you remind yourself that you control your feelings and responses. So when faced with disrespect or challenges, take a deep breath, straighten your posture, and stand your ground. You're not only showing others your resilience, but also affirming your inherent worth to yourself. Composure is a choice, and each time you choose it, you reinforce your inner strength and resilience. Standing tall aligns with Stoic ideals, allowing you to meet life's challenges with grace and confidence. As we conclude, let's reflect on how Stoic principles can empower us to navigate daily struggles. These strategies go beyond managing difficult people. They transform how we view and engage with ourselves. By looking inward for strength, validation, and composure, we shift our mindset in a way that can profoundly impact our lives. Practicing Stoic wisdom helps us remain composed under pressure, maintain calm during conflict, and radiate confidence, influencing everything from our goals to our relationships. The strength and clarity we gain ripple through every aspect of our lives, positively affecting how we interact with the world. Thank you for joining me in exploring the transformative power of Stoic wisdom. If you found value in this discussion, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more content. Let's build a community focused on growth, resilience, and wisdom. I'd love to hear your thoughts or experiences with these techniques in the comments below. Remember, true respect begins within. When we honor our boundaries, cultivate inner peace, and stand confidently in our choices, we naturally earn respect from others. Until next time, let's strive to live with grace and strength, guided by the timeless wisdom of Stoicism.